Welcome back to the Green Beret Life. This is the SCIF. I'm Matt. That is Stu. As you guys know, today's a big day. We've got the special elections in Florida, and the one in Wisconsin is extremely concerning. The Florida the Republicans have won, even though one of the candidates, Randy Fine, is very, very rhino-ish. They're both projected to win easily. Wisconsin, it's neck and neck. Wisconsin is for a Supreme Court a seat, and you're like, well, why is this so? $100 million has been spent. Elon Musk was up there pushing, had a huge rally. I'm just nervous as hell about this because the reason it's for control of the Supreme Court. And if the Democrats get control of the Supreme Court in the state of Wisconsin, they're going to redistrict 2 seats that we currently have in Congress that are Republicans. They're going to redistrict them so that they're Democrat seats, which means with our majority so slim in the House, they have a real opportunity in 26 to take the House and then full on impeach Donald Trump and stop everything that we're doing. This is why it is so important. And you know that in Wisconsin, well, we're on YouTube right now, but we'll talk about it. We have to worry about Milwaukee, Madison, and Superior. We all know what I'm saying, and we have to worry about those areas, right? Just like what happened in the other election, and it usually occurs. The worry needs to start late evening, past midnight, into the early morning, and the next day. That's when you really have to start to worry in these areas. So if you can read between the lines, that's what the hell I'm saying. We got more on the show tonight. Stu has found some really interesting articles about some hijinks in Colorado. I'll let Stu go in through that a little more. And our pal Cory Booker, who just wrapped up a 25-hour non-filibuster, but set some record, I guess, to draw more attention to himself, which is what he's want to do. But I have no idea why he did it. So anyways, but he has a staff member that got himself involved in something, and we're only getting part of the story. But Stu, why don't you take it from there and talk about some of those other stories we're going to discuss tonight?
All right. Well, honestly, I think Cory Booker may be doing this to draw attention to himself, to try and set himself up for a run.
Cory Booker, yeah, he runs for president every 4 years. So I mean,
never makes it very far, but by golly, he tries.
Oh yeah.
No, we've got some stories here. Colorado, as usual, is trying to trample on the Second Amendment. They're passing, or they passed 3 new gun control measures. We're going to look at those in detail. Pennsylvania is moving in the right direction. They've now passed a bill that will require law enforcement to notify ICE when non-citizens are charged with crimes. And this goes in 180 degrees out from all of these that have these laws forbidding the local law enforcement from honoring ICE detainers or anything to that effect. So looks like Pennsylvania is getting the message, and they're tired of the jackassery going on in the streets. We've got some stories with the Trump admin of what they've been able to do with border crossings and illegal immigrant deportations, as well as talking about these judges that are blocking pretty much everything that the president can do. And we're going to look at look at a story that involves one of these fine, upstanding citizens that the Democrats and these activist judges are just bound and determined need to stay in the country because, diversity and all that kind of other nonsense. Let's see. Pete Hegseth is making some news. Matt and I were talking earlier. We've talked before about the standards in the military and how they've not, women are meeting the standards for combat units, neglecting to mention the other part in parentheses and the asterisk beside it, meaning, these standards have been lowered over, continuously over the past, decade. Pete Hegseth is making some changes there, and I think it's going to make a difference. like we're saying, as long as the standards go back to standards that are actually required to do the job and do the
Hmm.
job effectively and efficiently, if those are the standards, that's fine. But if they just implement some bullshit bottom feeder standard, then that we're right back in the same boat. It doesn't work.
You're gonna get women and turd dudes. That's what you're gonna get, to be blunt. But this is what we've had since, they
Well,
started pulling this shit around 2015, 2014-ish. Yeah.
well, this same judge that is basically, trying to block Trump on his transgender in the military, basically came out and said everyone should have the opportunity to serve if they want to.
No,
It's like, well, wait a
no.
minute. Are you?
When is this up to a freaking judge? First of all,
When has any of this
never.
been up to a judge other than they've
Yeah,
decided that it is now?
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
okay.
that came out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So now we've got, wheelchair bound, you know, one-legged with rickets. Oh, you want to be a Navy SEAL? Okay, sure, go ahead. Because we can't say no. That's
Did you say
discrimination.
wheelchair bound and rickets? Is that what you just said?
Yes, you can't say no because that's discriminatory. That violates the ADA. How
Yeah.
can you
Oh,
tell them they
yeah.
can't be, a Navy SEAL without violating the ADA? You have to let them if they really want to. I mean,
Hmm.
if a boy can be a girl, why can't wheelchair bound with one leg be a Navy SEAL?
Well, yeah, exactly. You
That's
can.
how they
Yeah.
identify. You have to affirm that stuff, Matt. You learned that in
Yeah, for sure.
your classes, your women's study
Yeah.
classes.
Well, um, what do you think about YouTube?
Um, I've kind of been on the fence a little bit, but I keep hearing, the word on the street that they kind of suck.
It's AIDS, is
But
what I heard. YouTube is AIDS.
I don't know. I don't know if they are or they cause it.
There's something. You know
And
what I
no,
mean?
it doesn't
There,
necessarily have to be mutually exclusive. It could be both.
yeah, exactly, exactly. YouTube is AIDS. I hate having to worry about what I'm saying. I know we're on here. We tell everybody, just for anybody that joined us on YouTube, understand that we're only on YouTube because YouTube has destroyed our channel. I mean, it's destroyed it over the last years. Okay. And we're on here to try to pull people over to our Rumble channel. We're on Odysee too, but Rumble has emerged as the new platform. And please, 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 if you haven't, join us over at Rumble and become a subscriber over there, because Rumble is the future. YouTube and Google have proven time and time again that free speech is not part of this whole bargain with this platform. This platform is vast. It's massive. It was the first that did it. There's tons of shit on here. I still watch YouTube and all of that, but they are pushing opinions that don't go with the deep state narrative off of the platform. They started it initially with defunding channels that don't push the narrative that they want, and then they started harassing with basically giving you strikes for everything under the sun. Then they brought in third-party outside groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center, allegedly, right? That was sniffing out egregious violators of YouTube's policy. I mean, just having that organization involved tells you everything you need to know right there. So that's why we go on and bang on about how Google sucks and YouTube sucks. So I say before we even start talking about any stories, we bounce over to Rumble and kiss YouTube goodbye. And we'll put a link down below. So if you're here on YouTube, right? If you're here on YouTube, click the link and come and join the show over in Rumble, where we don't have to worry about looking over our shoulder. We don't have to worry about what we're saying. When we open the show and I was talking about Wisconsin and what's going on in there, I have to watch what I say, or we'll get strikes. So, and then they'll go back into our previous videos and they'll strike us some more. So this is what we deal with here. So why deal with it, right? Let's get as
I
many
love how
people from YouTube over.
make all of their rules retroactive. would say
Mhm.
have covered 6 months ago that was not against their terms of service or whatever, the rule of the day is, well, that's the rule today. It wasn't 6 months ago, but they'll still give you a strike for it because what you said 6 months ago that didn't violate any rules now violates a rule, 6 months
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah. So that being said, what do you say, Stu? We just pop smoke right now and go straight to Rumble.
Yep, I think so. I think so. Anybody over here on YouTube that comes across, there's a link down below for the Rumble channel. Move on over there. We're gonna actually start our discussion in depth over there. So we appreciate it. Let me see here. I love whenever you have a pop up that changes what you want to, hides what you need.
Mhm.
All right, let me see. Let me remove YouTube here.